ma'am, welcome to the channel. First of all,
Yeah,
I
thank you so much.
thank you to come here to have conversation with me and
It's
take.
my honor. It's my honor.
I'm very elated to see you.
So am I. So am I. We're meeting for this second time. This time
Yes.
for your channel. So I'm glad. Thank you for calling me, and I'm eagerly waiting for the very informative conversation. Useful.
So, ma'am, I know about you very well, but I want to know about you for my viewers. They also know about yourself. So, please introduce yourself.
Yes, sure. So my name is Surbhi Goyal. I'm originally from Punjab, but after marriage, I'm settled in Panchkula. So many people don't know Panchkula. So you can say Chandigarh. Chandigarh and Panchkula are neighboring cities. If I talk about my education, I did my Masters of Arts in English Literature along with Bachelor's of Education from Punjab University, Chandigarh. I started off my career as an assistant professor of business communication skills. Then, after marriage, I worked at a very reputed university, same profile, assistant professor. And then I also worked at a very reputed school as an English teacher. I taught as a spoken English trainer also for various institutes. And now I work for myself. I run my own classes. I give spoken English classes. Along with that, I help children, adults, enhancing their communication skills, their public speaking skills. And also, I have my YouTube channel. It's a small channel, which is Easy Learning with Surabhi. Yeah, that's all about me, I guess.
It's lovely to know about you, and you are so qualified, and you have so many experience in various fields. So,
Yeah, thank you.
why did you left your job?
Actually, when I was my last job was at school actually, so I was teaching fifth, sixth, seventh grade students. So since I conceived my daughter at the time, so I had to leave my job after delivery. So of course my daughter was my priority. But after that also I worked for online institutes. Like I was a tutor at English Jari for 3 months. Before that I worked at English routine classes again as a spoken English trainer. And I also worked at Read My Course online education institution. So like they approached me, they wanted me to design my own course. Basically they have computers applications background, but somehow they came to know about me and I designed my own course there for 3 months. Yes.
You have good fluency. So how did you get the fluency? Did your schooling in convent school?
No, not that. Actually, since I'm from a small town, which is Mandi Gobindgarh, it's in Punjab. So this town is known for its iron and steel industries. So I spent my entire childhood, till my 25 years, I was there. Just other than 3 years, I came to Chandigarh for my post graduation and B.Ed. So, okay, if I talk about my schooling, although I was in English medium school, but it was just for namesake. There was no English speaking environment in our school. So I used to talk in Hindi or Punjabi. So, but one day my parents took this very wise decision. So a new school opened in our town. It was the talk of the town because it was an air conditioned school. Now you see, I'm talking about like 20, 25 years ago. So at that time, air conditioned school was a big thing, right?
Yes.
So my parents got me admitted in that school. And the best part about that school was not air conditioned, according to me, but they had this concept that nobody was allowed to speak in Hindi. Everyone had to speak in English. My all teachers, some of my classmates, they used to talk in English only throughout those 6 7 hours. I was surrounded with English. So I used to I could not understand even a single word. And
Oh,
as a result I got very bad marks because I could not understand. So it took me, like, I was there in grade 6, and in grade 7 actually I started to speak few sentences. Finally, it took me 1 year.
oh.
So it was in broken English, but then yeah, so I can say the foundation was laid during that time. But again, I was not fluent. Even if I was doing my master's degree, I was not fluent, because you are there in the college for 4 and 5 hours. The rest of the time you're just talking in Hindi with your
Yes.
friends. Nobody really
Yes.
talk in English. So I can say even MA English didn't work for me. So I can say, it's weird, but actually when I started teaching,
Okay.
then I started to become fluent, because what I would do that before delivering my lecture, in the classes, so prior to that delivery of my lecture, I used to practice speaking in English at my home, in my room. So I would imagine that I have my students around me and I was teaching them, and everything I used to speak in English. So basically I was practicing beforehand, and on the day of lecture I made sure I delivered my lecture really well. There was no room for an error. And before before my teaching, like on that very day, before that day of teaching, I used to read also. So let's say I'm preparing tense, present tense. So I made sure I would read, you know, many short paragraphs, some essays, I would do some worksheets, so that I had all my answers. If my any one of the students asks any questions to me, I should be aware of that. I should have thorough knowledge about it. So what I feel, educating, imparting knowledge to the others helped me become fluent, because it was
Yes.
a responsibility on my shoulder that I had to give my level best. So as a result, I started to become fluent. And fluency comes, with speaking only. You gain knowledge, you learn grammar, you gain vocabulary, but there is no point if you're not speaking. You can never be fluent. Never.
Yes.
So speaking is the key. Speaking is the key.
So, ma'am, when you delivered your classes, you spoke in English totally.
Totally in English. Yes, yes. Everything in English. So at that time, I can say I started to become confident. And one more thing I want to add here. So during my school days, English grammar was always there. We all
Yes.
know that we had English subjects, so in there grammar was a part of it. And in my graduation also, I had elective English as a major subject along with general English. So I can say, if I talk about knowledge, seeking knowledge about sentence patterns, knowledge about all these parts of speech, tenses. So I was always in touch with grammar. I loved English grammar. So we used to solve so many worksheets. So as a result, I was aware of my mistakes, because I knew that while speaking, I made a grammatical error here, since I had a good grip over grammar. So grammar helped me have that knowledge, and speaking in my classes helped me become fluent. So both go parallelly in my life. You
Sometime, did you feel like your pronunciation is always good or not good? Like I am facing this problem. My pronunciation is not good. I am
Okay.
mispronouncing. So your pronunciation was good while
Yeah.
speaking, while you were your.
Yes. Yes, yes. Pronunciation was good. See, I was not using any complicated words or fancy words in my speech. Very simple English. Right now I'm talking to you. My English is very simple, basic. So there is no question of pronunciation. I'm not using any heavy words that I have to learn the pronunciation. Yeah.
Earlier, I use English.
Okay. That's your MTI, mother tongue influence. Because
Yeah.
many students have this problem with sir and sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
And also like this, they will say is school. So that
yeah.
is their mother tongue influence. Yeah. So that you have to practice. Hmm.
So according to you, what to do in a better way?
To pronounce the words, to learn the pronunciation. I can say, Google the words, and please, all English language learners, download an online dictionary in your phone. And on Play Store, you have several dictionaries. Download it, because in the dictionary, what happens? There is an icon of audio. So when you press on the word, press on that icon, then that will speak the that will pronounce the word also, right?
Okay.
So
Yes,
let's
yes.
say educated. Educated is a word. So if you press the bell, that audio icon, so it will say educated. It will also tell you American in American English, British English. So yeah, so then imitate, imitate it. Break the word and then understand, right? So let's say we have a word, development. So many
Development.
people say development. It should be development. I hope I'm saying it correctly. So, break the word. Break the word. Development.
Development.
Yeah.
Yes.
Educated. 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 Then speak in a sentence. Speak in a, she is highly educated woman. She is a highly educated woman.
Okay.
That's to learn the pronunciation. Practice is a key. Practice and
Yes.
practice. Yeah.
And no matter what you have is, you have to practice when you do something different. So you have to go into it.
Yeah, yeah. Like you see, I don't know car driving, but if you ask me the rules, all the things that are there in the car, brake, accelerate, I can tell you everything, but I can't drive a car. Now, what's the use of that theoretical knowledge until I apply, right? So for me right now, driving a car is a tough thing for me. It's a big task.
So
Theoretically, I know.
it's like a learning anything, like we are learning in English.
Any,
you are
yeah.
you have learned this language. Now I am learning, so I am facing. I know how to drive, so I don't no problem. I don't have any problem at all to drive a car. And
See, like you're saying learning. You're saying learning. Why do we have to learn only? Practice it because we are talking about spoken English. We
yes,
are not talking about written English, or we don't have to dig deep in the rules. Like I said, that I had good knowledge of grammar, right? So many viewers must be thinking now, what do we do? Should we open thick books and start reading grammar? No, you can't do that. Since I was at school, I had to read my English grammar text, right? So adults right now at such stage they can't. So I can say, go for other options, like listen to some audios, read something. I can just start with listening because listening helped me. Because when you listen, okay, you're not you your brain is picking the sentence pattern, your brain is picking the vocabulary. So without having any logic, that why am I using present tense, why am I using past tense, you will just speak. You would know, your mind would know that now I'm talking about my past actions. So of course here I'm supposed to use was or second form of the verb. There will not be any logic with you since you're not going deep in grammar, but then you will speak anyhow. And also, right, I can say it is always good to seek some guidance, some from expert. So if they can afford, please join some classes. Like right now I have a few working professionals with me, including homemakers, so I'm teaching them. So working professionals tell me that, ma'am, we know grammar, we don't want to study grammar. I say, fine, I'm not teaching you in details, right? But when they speak, when they practice speaking with me, they make many grammatical errors. So I tell them on the spot that, you have to use would like this, but not like that. You're supposed to use verb second form. Okay. I went, not I go or I am go. No. So there, what is happening? Of course, I'm teaching them grammar, right? So grammar is the key, is essential, because
yes,
on what are the main foundations? Grammar and vocabulary both are required, but it
yes.
depends how are you approaching that. You don't have to read thick books, right? So yeah, either read or listen. Yes.
So, ma'am, I want to know about your experience related to the learning of English.
See, I tell you one thing very honestly. I never had this goal ki I want to be a spoken English trainer, or I want to be I don't know. I never had this thing. Like right now, many people, most of the learners, they are like, how do we start, ma'am? How do we learn? When will I start speaking? I never thought when will I be fluent. At that time, if I go 15 years, if I talk about 15 years ago time, before starting this, I never thought that how much fluent I can be after 1 month or 2 months or a year. No, it's a journey. It
Yeah.
is a journey until now also. And there are few, tricks. There are few tricks. So let's say you're speaking something, you're in a flow, right? But at somewhere your mind knows that now I won't be able to speak this sentence because I don't know the correct structure. So change it.
Okay.
Rasta is same. Like destination is same. We have to reach the destination. So change your rasta, na? Change your way,
Yes.
right? So for example, if I want to ask you that, would you elaborate more about your English speaking journey? Could you also give some examples, let's say? But I don't know how to say it politely. So I'll say, so instead of saying, would you, I will say maybe, please tell me more about your English speaking journey. Also give us few examples, share some anecdotes, right? So I will
Yes.
change my way because I'm not able to use this pattern. Would you like to tell us, right? So change that. Now this is a trick. Now here, what would learners do? They will focus on that very way. Now they are stuck because now they are not able to speak that sentence structure. So
Yes.
please change your way. All right. And
Yes.
understand English is not our native language. So you will make mistakes, which is
Yes.
good. Make mistakes. Because if you're not making mistakes, how would you know that you're,
Yes.
where you're wrong, where not? And proudly say yes, I made a mistake. Say it very proudly. Own it. Because you're putting efforts, you're learning. And if anybody laughs at you, if anybody mocks at you, please seek their guidance. Tell them that I'm on my learning journey, could you please help me? If you
Yes.
know better, could you please practice with me? Then look at their face, what would they say?
Yes.
Yeah.
When we make mistake and we know where we made a mistake. After making mistake, then we search a new way. What is the word? What
The
is
way, what other vocabulary you can use? One more example I would like to give here to elaborate more. So let's say I want to use the word grocery store. So I want to ask that, Kalpana, did you go to the grocery store? Now let's say while asking this question, I'm not able to recall the word grocery store, from where you get your household items, right? So what would I do here? I can do two things. Either I get stuck, I'm thinking, that right. Second, I can define the word. If not using the specific word grocery store, I can define. So I will ask you, Kalpana, did you go to that place, that supermarket, from where you get these household items like your spices and other kitchen items? So now you, if you know the word, you will tell me, oh, you mean you're talking about groceries? I said, yeah, I'm talking about grocery. See, this is a trick. This is a trick.
we can use substitute words.
Substitutes, definition, define that word, other person will help you automatically
Yes. Yes. Yes.
to reach to that word. Yeah, this is a trick.